Not again. Hi, this is Nick with SLG. Are you tired of topping that last shot that you have to get a birdie putt? Well, let's go over today ways that we can help you prevent this from happening. We're going to go through some drills, and hopefully you can follow along. Stay tuned, and we'll get through some drills and make it all better. So how do we prevent topping the ball? First thing we're going to do is work on posture and stance, and then we're going to work a little bit on technique and ways that we can drill this in. First thing you want to do when you're chipping, you absolutely have to keep your feet together, get you as stable of a base as you can, as much weight on your forward foot as you possibly can. So maybe an 80-20 ratio. And when you're swinging, we're going to make sure that you're actually turning more from your torso than your arms. You need to release the tension from your body. Chipping has to come from a natural relaxed state. Another thing that we can do to increase the success chances is we can open our stance, maybe about 15 degrees. And then also, we're going to open the club face about another 15 degrees to kind of keep it parallel to the target. So let's go ahead and practice this. Keep our feet together. Weight's all on that. For me, my right foot. For a righty, it would be on his left. Face is open. And then you're just going to take a body swing and through. And then you'll chip it right in like that. So now that you've attempted the drill, did it improve your results? If not, there's a couple other things we can try in addition to that to make you succeed. So in addition to keeping these feet together, weight on your lead side, club face open just a little bit, about 10 to 15 degrees. Now we can also keep the club slightly more upright to make sure that toe is digging into the turf a little bit. What that'll allow us to do is, as you're coming through, it will force the club open slightly and it'll actually dig itself under the ball. You might be offline a little bit, but you're going to get some loft on it. So now I'm going to show you a couple of things that we can do to tweak that setup. You can do this. All right, let's go ahead and try again. Only this time we're going to refine the technique slightly. We're going to make sure that that toe is digging into the turf just a little bit. We're going to keep the club handle a little higher. That's going to allow that toe to get down. It's going to use the bounce angle of the club to get under the ball. So let's try it. I'm going to set up about 10-15 degrees open. Open the club face about 10 degrees. Just going to make a nice, easy little chip. Got some good air on that one. All right. So now that you've got that and you feel comfortable with that, we're going to do a really challenging drill. And if you can do this, you can even play in Texas where I live. This is about how the ground feels out here when you're chipping sometimes. I actually just have a piece of wood. This is a cutting board. You can use a piece of plywood or whatever's nearby. And what we're going to do is we're going to see if that technique is going to be able to pick this ball off there. You're probably not going to be able to get the same loft as you can off of any softer surface, but the point is we make sure that we get it in the air, even if we can't get it as high as we want. So let's set up to the ball, and let's give this a shot. All right, we're going to set up about 10 to 15 degrees open. Going to keep that club nice and close. Keep that shaft angle a little bit high. Keep that open just a touch. Let's see if we can't get this thing to go nice and high off of a perfectly flat surface. Not bad. Now that we've gone over the lesson, let's remember these tips. The first tip is keeping your legs together with about 80% of your weight on your lead foot. That'll ensure that your center of mass is forward of the ball. Make sure to turn from your torso, not from your arms. Throughout your body, you need to release your tension. Keep your shoulders rounded and relaxed. When you're setting up your stance, open your stance slightly, about 10 to 15 degrees. in order to compensate for the opening of your stance, you're going to need to open your club face as well. This is very important because the club face is going to help you get more bounce off of your club. It's going to allow it to cut a little deeper into the turf, so it'll get under the ball easier. Make sure to keep the toe of your club slightly lower towards the ground. You do this by moving your shaft maybe slightly closer to you so that you can get a couple of extra degrees of vertical shaft lean. Also, if you live in Texas like me, practicing off of a very hard surface is very good. So if you have some type of wood, plastic, or just going outside in Texas, this will assure that you are able to practice off of really hard ground to really refine this technique. If you can hit it off of Texas clay, wood, and plastic, you can chip off of any surface that exists. The one caveat, remember, when you are chipping, your club face is now going to cause a fade side spin. So when you read the green slope, you need to compensate for that, and the fact that it's going to have a bias when it hits the ground. It's going to skid if you're a lefty to the left, and it's going to skid to the right if you're a righty. So just keep that in mind. If you cover these tips and you ensure that you're following them, you're going to do fantastic. Be sure to follow me on my YouTube channel, Southpaw Links Golf. Please like, subscribe, and share to watch more video content like this. Practice smarter, not harder. Until next time, see you in my next video.